If your coaching business is making between 10K and 20K a month, but everything still feels chaotic, overwhelming, and like everything is dependent on you, this video is going to explain exactly why. At this level, most coaches might think they have a marketing problem, a team problem, or a productivity problem. But usually it's actually an operations infrastructure problem. And this is important because in this stage of business, it can be really confusing, right? Because from the outside looking in, your business looks successful. It feels successful. You have the clients, you are generating that revenue. You have an offer that you have proven that works. But internally, on the inside, you're still feeling like something is off. You're still feeling like I am too involved. Everything is too dependent on me. You may feel like your team needs constant direction. Your launches may feel stressful every single time, even if you're literally relaunching maybe a group coaching program that you had before. You're answering questions all day long. Even when things are technically working, they still don't feel stable. You don't feel confident that you could step away from your business without everything falling apart. And I want to take a moment here to just reflect, right? This does not mean that you're bad at business, okay? So I don't want you beating yourself up. It just simply means that your operations has not yet scaled with your revenue. That's all. Revenue does not equal operational stability. One of the biggest misconceptions in the online business space is more money just automatically creates like a more stable business. And if you're here watching this video, more than likely you know that that's not true, but that's not always the truth. It's not always going to be the situation, right? Revenue, in my opinion, only amplifies whatever systems that you already have in your business and like what already is existent. So now instead of only 3 client fires, you have 10. And instead of answering maybe 5 questions from a client or 5 team member questions, you're answering 25. I need you to understand that is because the infrastructure underneath the business was not designed or built to support growth or this level of revenue that you are making. Okay, so let's talk about some of the signs that you may be seeing in your business if you have an operations problem. Sign number 1 is you're constantly repeating yourself. If you feel like that you have to constantly like re-explain yourself to your team members, this usually means that your business is lacking documented systems and there are not really any clear operational standards in your business. I always talk about SOPs, which are standard operating procedures. That's going to be the solution to this because 9 times out of 10, you have the system or process in place. It's just living in someone else's head. So that may be why you or that other person may be the main point of contact. So the solution here is to get it out of your head, get it on a document so that you can easily provide that to that team member so that they have a reference guide. Okay, sign number 2 is everything requires your approval. So typically this will happen if you've delegated tasks to your team member, but you didn't remove dependency. So naturally, they're going to come back to you to confirm that, okay, I've completed the task, but is this okay for me to post? Is this okay for me to release? Is this okay for me to publish? What I suggest when this happens is that you empower your team members to make the decision, right? You want to set those expectations and you want to train them on what success looks like for each task so that they have the confidence that they need to complete the task all the way through to completion. Sign number 3 is everything feels chaotic. This might show up in your business by your team members constantly dropping balls, or maybe nobody knows how to do things consistently. There might be bottlenecks everywhere. You might be putting out fires all day long. You might be feeling like a chicken running around with his head cut off, right? So the solution here is map out your business systems, identify the gaps, and then fix the highest leverage gap first. And if you guys need help with this process, I have a free business brain map that's going to be linked in the description for you. It is self-paced and it will walk you through the steps of diagnosing the gaps in your business so that you know what to fix first. And finally, you guys, sign number 4 is you can't fully step away, which is probably one of the biggest signs for you. And this might manifest in your business by, if you do have to step away, things falling apart, people still just being unclear on what they're supposed to be doing, things just slowing down, and it's just dependency, right? We've talked about this already. It's everything depending on you. And the solution to this is getting everything out of your head and into documented systems. Create those SOPs, assign ownership to a team member, make sure that they know that they're accountable for that, and then delegate. At 10K to 20K plus months, this is the stage where your business has outgrown the founder-led operations. What worked at 2K to 5K months is not going to work when your clients increase, when your offers increase, when your team communication increases, and just when there's more moving parts in your business. And most coaches try to solve this by hiring more team members or buying more software, maybe even adding more offers. But without fixing the actual structure underneath your business, it is just going to increase the chaos that you're already experiencing. So at the end of the day, you guys, as I mentioned throughout the video, what's actually going to fix this chaos in your business is operational clarity, systems, ownership, execution infrastructure. You need a business that runs on documented processes, clear responsibility, and repeatable systems. And honestly, if you stayed all the way to the end of this video, first of all, thank you so much. But that lets me know that you feel like your business is chaotic even though you're bringing in revenue. And what that actually means is that you've outgrown the way that your business is operating currently. And that is exactly what I help coaching businesses fix. So if you want to figure out where your business is breaking down operationally, I put together a free business brain map that walks you through the exact gaps most businesses have at this level. I've mentioned it in the middle of this video because it actually is a huge part to sign number 3. But again, I want to mention it because it's free and it's going to help you. I'll have it linked in the description box.